Hello everyone. Hi, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. You can see here a lot of subject written behind me. History, economy, geography, polity, environment, post-independent India, ethics. Okay, the newspaper, and here certain time slots have been written. 2 hours, 1.5 hours, 15 minutes, and so on. My friends, I have made a detailed video on what strategy that needs to be adopted, or how can you utilize your time specifically if you are aspiring to appear in 2027. But I got many messages specifically on the Telegram. Sir, we are not able to prepare the timetable during the initial stage itself, and I'm aspiring to prepare for 2027. Can you suggest me something? Before I start this short session of 10 to 15 minutes, my friends, let me inform you one thing. This is not an ideal timetable. I repeat, this is not an ideal timetable, but majority of the aspirants should utilize this kind of a timetable, or should divide your, what we say, time span in such a manner. How? For example, like in my personal opinion, if you're aspiring for 2027, there's no need of studying for 10 to 12 hours on daily basis initially. Apart from the classes that you are going through, just study for 6 to 6.5 hours on daily basis for the next 1 year. Okay? So this is from the perspective of GS, not from the perspective of optional. So you can follow this kind of a timetable for next 4 to 5 months, and accordingly you can change it. As I've told you in the start of the video itself, it's not an ideal timetable. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of the word 60-30-10 here? Whatever timetable you are designing, 60% of that timetable should be dedicated for your core subjects: history, geography, polity, economy, your optional subject. 30% of the time should be dedicated to current affairs, and 10% of the time should be dedicated for answer writing and solving the past year question paper or the past year MCQs. Okay. Now, for those aspirants who are finding it difficult to prepare the timetable, now let's move ahead with that. Suppose you have made a timetable of approximately 6 hours on daily basis. Okay. It may vary from person to person. Now, how should you divide your time? From Monday to Saturday, make a timetable in such a manner there wherein you will cover at least 3 to 4 core subjects. Okay. Like 2 hours if you have covered history, cover 2 hours economics. Now the question that will crop up in the mind of every aspirant, that is, sir, we can study geography in conjunction with history. We can study polity in conjunction with history. Why economics? History is a vast subject. Ancient India, medieval India, modern India, world history, art and culture. Okay. And so is polity. So is geography. Physical geography, Indian geography, world geography. In physical geography, climatology, oceanography, geomorphology, and so on. Hence, try to club the subjects which are a bit smaller or correlated. So history you can club up with economics. Now you will say, economics is also a vast subject. My friends, the level of question that have been asked in economics are more of a concept based and application based. Correct? So specifically, what is the impact of rising CRR? What is the impact of declining CRR? So here you need to understand the concept based questions. Okay, so it is more of an application based. So you won't get bored by this, because sometimes what happens after reading Tamil Nadu State Board book, specifically the prehistoric culture or the ancient Indian history, we sometimes feel a bit bored. So here you can choose economics. So history and economics, 2 hours, Monday or Tuesday. It can change according to you. Geography should be studied in conjunction with environment. Okay. Environment these days, it's playing a very vital and important role in the UPSC prelims and mains examination both. Okay. Now geography, it has varied aspects to be covered. Fundamentals of physical geography, Indian geography, World geography, you have 7 continents to study, climatic features, flora and fauna, everything. Okay, so initially start your geography with the basic NCERT, precisely 11th and 12th standard NCERT. Compulsorily read Fundamentals of Physical Geography, 11th standard, and India's Physical Environment. Okay. Apart from this, read a book on environment. Now, majority of them, they directly start preferring for environment, any ideal book from any particular coaching or anything. I would suggest you read 9th and 10th standard ICSE board book for environment. It is one of the best books for environment. Okay. Now comes polity. For polity, initiate your preparation with 11th standard NCERT, that is Indian Constitution at Work. And apart from the 11th standard NCERT, then go for in-depth reading of Lakshmikant. Okay, keep on revising the concept, go through the papers, previous year question paper, wherein UPSC has asked more questions. So, polity from the 11th standard NCERT, that is Indian Constitution at Work. And secondly, M. Lakshmikant. Apart from that, I would suggest you to read the Bare Act as well. And the Bare Act you can read from PM Bakshi. Then comes Post-Independence India. You can club polity with the Post-Independence India or with ethics. Okay, this timetable can be changed according to your suitability. So this is in this manner you can initiate your preparation. Now, on daily basis, at least 1 hour should be given to newspaper reading. Rather it be The Hindu or the Indian Express. Okay. And at least half an hour should be given for reading any particular magazine, that is Yojana or Kurukshetra. I would suggest you compulsorily read both the magazines. Both the magazines are government magazines. Okay. Now, every day, make a ritual, make a habit, make a practice that for 15 minutes, you are going to solve the MCQs of the questions of the syllabus that you have read. I'll give you a small example. Suppose you have read history, and in history you have read the Mauryan Empire. Now from Mauryan Empire for past 20 years, what questions have come up in UPSC examination, CDS examination, APFC, okay, then EPFO, state PSCs, go through all the questions, all of them. Correct? Like Mauryan Empire, there are questions asked on vivid aspect. Like there could be a question on Chandragupta Maurya, who is also referred as Sandrokotas or Androkotas. There could be a question on Bindusar, who is also referred as Amitraghat or Antriochates. What questions have been asked related to Ashok? Who is referred, which among the following Mauryan ruler is referred as a Devanama Piyadasi, beloved of all gods? Priyadarshini, the most beautiful one. Which among the following rulers, apart from this, is referred specifically as Chand Ashok, Ranyo Ashok? Who are Rajuka, Yukta and Pradeshika? Battle of Kaling, which was fought in 261 BC, finds mention in which rock edict of Ashok? Why is Kautilya's Arthashastra called as first book on geopolitics? So, solve the past year MCQs for the next 15 minutes of whatever topics you have read. For that sake, if you have read, suppose, Indian Parliament, whatever you have read in Indian Parliament, for example, you have read the motions about the Indian Parliament, go and solve the questions related to the motions. If you have read Lok Sabha, if you have read the process of impeachment of President of India given in Article 61, solve these questions. And what is the best source to solve these questions? I would suggest you, it's a bilingual book. Okay, it is available in Hindi and English both. And this is one of the best books not only for history, geography, polity, economy. For all the subject, this book is available, and that is Ghatna Chakra. I repeat, the name of the book is Ghatna Chakra. One of the most interesting feature of the book Ghatna Chakra is that specifically in this book, you won't only get the questions related to UPSC, but also NDA, CDS, CAPF AC, APFC, EPFO, Uttar Pradesh PSC, Bihar PSC, Tamil Nadu PSC, Jharkhand PSC, Chhattisgarh PSC, Himachal PSC, Rajasthan Administrative Services, and so on. IB. For example, if you have read the topic prehistoric culture, what all questions have appeared from past 25 years in different examination related to prehistoric culture is available in History Ghatna Chakra. So my personal suggestion, please do purchase this book. That is Ghatna Chakra. It is very important from the perspective of examination because it is a compilation. And apart from this, there is a proper explanation after every question. For example, if there is a particular question related to, say, modern Indian history, there are 3 options in that question. Okay. And in that case, the answer to these options is only 2 or something like, then why other 2 are not the options? That is also explained in quite depth and detail. And the most important one, dedicate at least 15 to 20 minutes on daily basis compulsorily for answer writing, because answer writing, my friend, is an art. Isn't that so? Like how an introduction needs to be written, how the main content or the main body needs to be written, how to conclude a particular answer. For example, if there is any question and in front of that question it is written elucidate. So the answer that the question is demanding after writing elucidate, what is that? Clarify the statement. Discuss. Here it is asking the pros and cons. Critically analyze. Illustrate. So all these words have a different connotation. And this can only come through practice. Okay? Apart from this, I would also suggest you one thing. So, for example, how did our constitutional framers frame the constitution? Correct? How was the Constitution of India came into being? So, in that case, just watch a series on Rajya Sabha TV. And that series is Samvidhan series. Okay. Like many of us, for example, while having lunch, while going for a dinner, what do? We have a habit of seeing just scrolling down the reels on Instagram. So in my personal suggestion, okay, I'm not stopping you from the social media, my friends, but in my personal suggestion, apart from scrolling the reels, please also go through the Rajya Sabha TV. It is entertaining. Apart from entertaining, it will also upload your knowledge. And if you are a bit comfortable in Hindi, also watch Pradhan Mantri series on ABP News. This will 100% help you out in post-independence India. Okay. So at least for the next 1 month or 2 months, try to follow this strategy, 60-30-10 strategy. If you're preparing for your optional as well, add 2 hours more into it. Okay, at least not 2 hours in, at least 1 to 1.5 an hour compulsorily. So here your approach during your preparation, use certain techniques such as Kaizen principle. Now what does Kaizen principle says? Rather than aiming for the end goal, aim for short-term targets. Once your short-term target is achieved, automatically you will reach your goal. First thing. Second thing, follow another technique, Pomodoro technique. What is Pomodoro technique? Like many times we have a feeling, sir, I cannot sit continuously for a long stretch of time. I cannot sit continuously for 4 hours or 5 hours. Use Pomodoro technique. And what is that? Study for 1 hour, take a break of 15 minutes. Again, study for 1 hour, take a break of 15 minutes. Then increase the stretch to 2 hours, take a break of half minute. So in this manner, your efficiency and effectiveness both will improve. So follow these small techniques, small hacks. This will 100% upload your performance. Okay. In the end, again, I would tell you one more thing. This is not an ideal timetable. You can start your preparation with a timetable as you feel like. This is a kind of a reference timetable. Okay. But do follow 60-30-10 strategy. Simple words, 60% should be dedicated to the core subject, 30% for the current affairs, and 10% for answer writing techniques. Hope so the point is clear, my friends. My friends, StudyIQ IAS has come up with different batches, and precisely FastTrack batch is going to start very soon. In FastTrack batch, here we will be majorly focusing on the prelims perspective. So the prices are starting at a very affordable price. You can visit the website of StudyIQ IAS. Therein you will get the detailed information about the entire batch. So it's not just about prelims, but the major emphasis would be on the prelims, because many of the aspirants face problems in qualifying the prelims. Okay, so batches would be starting soon. There are other batches also on the platform, or you can visit the website. You will get the batches for 2027, 2028 as well at very affordable prices. And in that case, use the code ALOK LIVE that is flashing on your screen to get the maximum benefits of the course. Okay, one more thing, like if anyone has any kind of a query, any kind of a question, any kind of a doubt, and they want to connect with the team, there is a description form given in the link. There is a link given in the description of the form. So fill that form and the team will connect with you. Okay, my friends. So with this, I'll stop my words. Happy Diwali, and I hope you enjoyed your Diwali. Okay, guys. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.